Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another legal breaking reporting video analysis update. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals appears skeptical, even though I'm not sure why the hell they would be skeptical of the bid to appeal the order from Trump to federalize the National Guard of a state that he is named and in charge of. Let's get into this reporting by Axios Portland. Ladies and gentlemen, the article is titled Oregon bid to block Trump's National Guard orders hits skeptical appeals court. Ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, a 3-judge panel on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals appeared skeptical of Oregon's claims that President Trump did not have the authority to deploy National Guard troops to Portland during oral arguments Thursday. The panel had tough questions for an attorney for the state, noting the law requires the court give deference to the president when he says troops are needed to protect federal law enforcement and buildings. That is an understatement, ladies and gentlemen. He is not trying to protect federal law enforcement and federal buildings. Quote, what I'm struggling with is the president gets to direct his resources as he deems fit, and it just seems a little counterintuitive to me that the city of Portland can come in and say, no, you need to do it differently, unquote, Judge Ryan Nelson, a Trump appointee, said. That's not even how it's supposed to go, but whatever. What he doesn't get is that his appointer, in this case Trump, is trying to kill citizens. And that the Pausa Comitatus Act, POSSE, prohibits what Trump is trying to do. And he's trying to send these soldiers to, quote, protect war-ravaged, even though there's no war going on, the city's not burning down, no nothing of what he is claiming. There's no rebellion either. Portland, Oregon. Two weeks ago, Trump said he was authorizing the use of National Guard troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. Which again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not war-ravaged. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on, really. There's not. And any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. There is no Antifa even in Portland, and there's no domestic terrorists even in Portland. And no, the ICE facility is not under siege. The city and state sought a temporary restraining order to block the arrival of troops, and U.S. District Judge Karen Immigrant ruled last weekend the circumstances on the ground did not warrant the intervention of the National Guard. Trump's description of Portland as war-ravaged was simply untethered to the facts. Immigrant wrote in a 31-page opinion blocking the deployment. The Trump administration quickly appealed the decision to the Ninth Circuit, but also attempted to circumvent the lower court ruling by deploying federal troops from California and Texas. In another hearing late on Sunday evening, Immigrant granted a second restraining order barring troops from any state from being sent to the Rose City. Lawyers for the Justice Department argued that Immigrant impermissibly second-guessed the Commander-in-Chief's military judgments. She did not second-guess his judgments. In briefs submitted to the Ninth Circuit per the Oregonian, this court hardly the peaceful and sedate crowd that plaintiffs tried to make it out to be. DOJ lawyer Eric MacArthur told the court during argument Thursday, quote, "There are violent people, and if at any point we let down our guard, there is a serious risk of ongoing violence," unquote. That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. There's no violent people. The only reason why most people are violent is because the Immigration and Customs illegal agents are provoking them majority of the time, which is illegal. Lawyers for the city and state wrote that Trump's actions infringe on Oregonian sovereign power to manage its own law enforcement activity and its own National Guard, unquote, and, quote, "they do so basically, based entirely on inaccurate information." Stacey Chaffin, an attorney representing the state, conceded Thursday that there had been acts of violence earlier in the summer, but that protests had been calm and sedated recently, and any criminal activity had been appropriately handled by law enforcement resources. It was unclear when the court would issue a ruling, though Nelson said they would respond as quickly as we are able. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is just pathetic of what the Trump administration is doing. This appeal is effectively illegal, blatantly unconstitutional, and BS. Trump just does not like the law. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this legal breaking reporting video analysis update, please firstly like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. Secondly, if you would like to make sure you're always up to date, please follow me on my social medias. That'll be linked down below. You guys can also do so by hitting the bell icon and clicking the all notifications option. There's no paywall. You can subscribe, and you can subscribe for free, and please help me reach and achieve the goal of 300 plus subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. The reason why I'm saying 300 plus subscribers is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 300 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve right after we reach and achieve the goal of 300 subscribers. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe and always look for the points of light in today's unfortunate illegal induced darkness caused by the illegal unconstitutional Trump regime and unfortunately administration. Please, in the meantime, always look out for my next legal breaking reporting with that and video analysis update, and I will look forward to talking to you guys in the next legal breaking reporting video analysis update.